Bless up, bless up, bless up. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, good night, wherever you are. Okay, so this is what I call a sudden stream, a stream where in which wasn't really planned for. My stream time is normally in the mornings between between 6 and 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So both myself and sections of New York and Florida actually see the same time. Okay, so you all have seen the topic for today, and one of the reasons why I am actually pushing to do this stream is because I think that what I have discovered doing some research, I just can't wait until Wednesday morning because I don't plan out what I'm gonna do for I don't plan out what I'm gonna do for tomorrow morning, right? So I just want to share this. All right. So for the next couple of hours, well, for the next couple of minutes, I will be looking at YouTube terms of agreement. Now, let's say, give me a sec. Okay. All right. As with every other agreement, whether it be when you're taking out a car, when you're taking out a house, whatever, there's always a bunch of fine print that is given to you for you to read within about 5 or 10 minutes, and then they ask you to sign and date. Right? With the YouTube policy, is a lot of information that you need to actually look at before you actually agree to it. In the sense that you have to be able to adhere to the rules and regulations set by them, right? And these rules and regulation actually mirrors the rules and regulation for the state that in which it actually origin. So therefore, the rules and the regulations of United States as far as the being over the World Wide Web, and child law, safety law, all that is considered within the policy, and also the right of individuals to own copyright of information. All right, so let's dig a little bit into the information. Let's dig a little bit. YouTube terms of agreement are written so as to help partners, or should I say creators, to operate within the confine of established laws within the United States jurisdiction and possibly other jurisdictions, right? So YouTube can be found in several countries, and it has what I call it, different languages, right? I'm not sure as to how much languages it have, but it has several languages, right? The term of agreement is agreed upon by all users and creators. Once you have selected the agree button right at the end of the page to terms and policies and conditions of you having whether it be a Gmail or a YouTube account, you're practically saying that you agree with everything that they have said, right? That is during the initial registration of the account, right? Okay. All right. So in looking at it, right, changes do occur, right, to the terms and agreement, yeah, the terms of policies, yeah, the terms and policies and condition within YouTube. These are changed or evolved based on laws governing specific areas, pe- particular statutes and all that. There are those certain laws that evolve, right? And as an organization, it has to actually adhere by the rules set by those set in charge of oversight. Now, a clear example, well, I'm going to be going through some of the established, well, should I say, change or refined laws that have actually been instituted by YouTube uh, over the past year, should I say, 2020, right? Because all this has become, what I call it now, more evident as of December, right? Okay, so let me start. Let me start. Let me start by first thanking everybody for for tuning in, right? Okay, so a clear example of this move by YouTube to have channel owners indicating whether or not their published content is made for kids or not. That was something that occurred a few months ago, right? In addition, your content is always being scrutinized by a charitable organization, human rights organization, child advocates, legal framework institutions, along with animal rights activists, right? So you are not allowed to promote hate and graphic violence and to foster the you know the what you call it, abuse of children. A matter of fact, I think there is some rule somewhere there which says that child underneath certain age should not participate in videos or something to that effect, right? The rule governing graphic violence, example, the filming of animals, hunting and consuming their prey on YouTube, that can actually resonate negatively with the what I call it now, with the YouTube service. However, I think there is some way in which you can go around that by actually indicating at the beginning of the video that this video is like that, and also um you should indicate that it is a, like, I think it's a educational video or something to that effect, right? Graphic violence is not promoted. A matter of fact, further on when I continue the stream, you will see where in which YouTube is actually taking some steps to ensure that these attributes that was of the past no longer exist. Now, as I said before, the description should be well structured and written so as to not to encourage individuals to promote violence in any way. The whole idea of animal cruelty. No, videos are marked for kids. Videos are marked for kids and not for kids, right? Now, the videos that are marked for kids, there are some rules governing that. Videos marked for kids, you can't promote videos with themes that have adult-based content in it. Now, YouTube will prevent video from running algorithm-based ads, or should I say, recommended ads triggered by indication of interest. Now, videos with adult themes and language targeting kids could attract fines from the FTC. Now, the last time I checked, which was a few weeks ago, it was near like 40K, and they're talking about US dollars, right? Now, continuing, as far as the policy is concerned, right? Now, careful attention should be paid to the structure of your content title. Now, YouTube may remove a video based on the title. Now, this is done with the use of a computer program. Now, because you don't want this to happen, you have to be very careful, cautious in structuring a title. For example, using let's say I did a video, and I think Colin Barsby, now Aussie Aquatics, did a video with a beta fish and mentioned, I don't remember what he actually mentioned in it, but YouTube took it down. YouTube took down mine also, right? It flagged my video, said that I was promoting violence, animal cruelty. But after appealing, I won that appeal and the video was back up. Now, errors in flagging a video are made, right? As I said before, I have actually appealed, and the system, they shared with me that it was like a computer generated flagging. So as a result, it was reinstated, because after they have checked the video, they realized that although I said that fish are fighting, or beta fish fight, they look at it and they realize that there was no like cruelty to any animal whatsoever, right? So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful when you're actually stating the title of your YouTube video. Now, similar to the fact that we have on Facebook and other social media, they have this thing what they call fact check. Right now, this is going to something else. Hey, Sunfish Wagwan, big up yourself. Right, we're talking about YouTube policies, terms and conditions. All right, as of 2020, December, we should be mindful of. I mention of, although most YouTubers, most persons who publish on YouTube, more than likely they have an understanding as to the whole idea of made for kids and not made for kids. So I rushed over that a while ago, explaining that any video with any adult type theme or pictures encouraging children to actually watch their videos, the channel owner can be fined. And the last time I checked, it was something like 50K. Sorry about that, but the room I'm in right now is kind of getting a little hot. Boss, respect. No, so I had to plug in the fan. I don't have any AC, I have a fan. All right. So YouTube have actually adopted the fact check protocol as far as information is concerned. Just like Facebook and some other social media, if you, whatever you post, you cannot be substantiated by facts, by evidence, right? It will be removed, right? Information posted should be factual. For example, an election, and I won't go any further. But say an election, issues were raised regarding an election, and it has been falsely accused that X happened or Y happened, but there's no substantial evidence. You know that YouTube will actually take down videos like that. Also, I live in Jamaica, and in Jamaica you have, hey, what about my Cypress? A long time I not seen them done. Long time I not see man. Nice seeing you on stream, brother. Cool. Alright. The last time I checked, right? With regards to the whole COVID thing, there are several persons actually having conspiracy theories, and some persons have actually moved to share as a creator conspiracy theory and strategies in which the persons can use so as to cure the COVID-19, novel coronavirus, right? This is not what I call it now, this is not something that YouTube really wants you to do. So that will also be flagged also, right? So you have to ensure that whatever you publish is fact checked. So if you publish a news item, it should be fact checked, or else you might just get yourself in problem. Okay, I did a video a few years ago, right? Where I share, and this is just, I don't think I'm gonna spend the entire hours. I don't think I'm gonna spend the entire hour. I'm just gonna be highlighting this. And probably persons can replay this. But I found my discovery really insightful. So I decided that I was gonna do a stream. I could have done it probably one of those mornings, but I just decided that I was also anxious to put it forward because I think that all YouTube need to hear this. All right, so I did a video a few years ago, and some persons actually doubted what I was saying. Now, several channels have actually cheated their way to the top, having several fake subscribers and viewers, right? Attracting several legitimate subscribers and viewers. Well, YouTube have actually placed a stop on that practice. So to put it blunt, you cannot cheat your way to the top anymore. I remember a few years ago, I was approached by someone, and they sent me a message, right? And they offered to increase my subscriber and my viewer count, right? Of course, they wanted some money, and I turned down the offer, right? Okay. YouTube is currently going through their system, checking for YouTube channel that have actually used this mechanism so as to build the subscriber base and the viewers, attracting individuals to actually come in and to subscribe to them, right? Okay. So this is rendered illegal cheating by YouTube. Also, a few years ago, to be exact, probably about 3 years, about 3 years ago, if not four, I practiced the whole idea of sub for sub, and I promoted that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. And sure, people might fight wherever, but after really assessing the thing for 2 years after, we realized that the sub for sub thing is just not, it's not a good idea, right? The idea of sub for sub is out the window. It is deemed by YouTube as illegal. In addition, the whole idea of I've seen this regularly happening in YouTube where persons are actually giving away gifts because they have actually, like, for example, they say at my 100 subscriber I'll be giving out something away, right? And if I get 50 subscriber within the next 5 minutes, no, if I get 50 likes, I will be giving something away. So it's like you're bribing your to actually come in and actually look at what you have, and to render that as illegal, and it's not accepted, right? Now, if you say that any giveaway as a creator, if you say that your creator as a creator that any yeah, tongue twisted. No, you say that any giveaways announced by creators should not or cannot be to get people to subscribe, like, or comment on your YouTube channel. This is a term that I'm actually reading from YouTube upgraded policy. Any phrase in a call to action that even implies that this will likely get you in, that is likely to get you in problems, right? To be blunt, this is like offering a bribe, as I said before. I remember I used to do it, but I have regretted it now because a bunch of those persons in whom had subscribed to me then, a few weeks later, what they did, they unsubscribed, and I never know. So therefore, they kept me as a subscriber, billing their thing, while they actually you know unsubscribe from me. So therefore, I never benefit, and it's just not right because they never normally come and look at the channel anyway, right? I even published 2 videos promoting this, right? And I'm gonna be unlisting them soon, if not deleting them from my channel. All right, I am not gonna be spending long, but I just wanted you to share in all the discoveries I've made in the past few hours because I've been doing some reading, right? No, I agree that you just simply ask person to. I agree. Well, I think you can just simply ask person to just visit your channel, right? Instead of subscribe to me. A matter of fact, I think from early in 2020, YouTube have a policy where if your comment have sub in it, whether it be subscribe or sub, it will actually raise an alarm to the algorithm, and I think it will be placed in either spam or hidden messages, right? Now, channel verification. I'm trying to do this stream in less than X time, right? So that those persons wishing to really pay attention to what I'm saying, they can at least complete the listening process in the shortest possible time also. All right. So um channel verification. What is channel verification? Say when you reach I think it was 100K, right? When you reach 100K, you usually get channel verification. You usually get channel verification from YouTube, right? Meaning that your channel will be verified. Um, it's like having a verified channel. It's a really notable achievement. Having a verified channel is like having a what you call it, a notable achievement. It may not automatically lead to newfound wealth, meaning that you might not get more money than anybody else, but creator creators to hire it's like you're at a I call it now. You're at a different level, right? It's a badge like it's a verification badge that indicates that the creator have actually worked very hard to achieve it, and they have been appreciated by YouTube. No, people tend to trust verification channels, right? On verification channel, you never normally have persons trying to give uh stuff that is not give information that is not valid. Persons really authentic, right? So persons tend to watch or be engaged in verified channel to a great extent. All right, so this is something that a lot of persons have vouched for. I think I've visited a few channels that is YouTube verified. I think when you reach a certain level of subscriber, I think you actually get a plaque, and the plaque ranges in stature, like you have a silver, gold, or whatever. Right, when you reach a million, you get some plaque or whatever. Right, that is an awesome achievement in YouTube. Right, so that the whole process have changed. There are a few major changes in the verification process and the appearance of this channel. Now, for this channel, for a verified channel, you're going to see like a tick at the end, right? Verified channels are usually verified with a check marking. Um, beyond the shift in the aesthetics, there are more substantive, what I call it, substantive changes. Are more, I call it, more detailed changes, right? More detailed changes, right? Okay, now in the past, our channels had to have at least 100,000 subscribers to be given the coveted verification badge. That's no longer the case. The new verification process came into effect as of January the 1st, 2020. Now, you also know that the new year, you also know that the new process involved, right? This YouTube process, let me read it from YouTube. It says YouTube will need to see that a channel in question is run by a real figure, artist or public figure, and that its name is not similar to other popular YouTube channels. This is what YouTube calls the authenticity test. Right. So that is practically reading a quote from the adjusted terms and condition of YouTube as of December. Well, I can't tell you the exact date, but it's December 2020. Now, in addition, a verified channel is one that YouTube sees as complete. The channel must appear with a full description, channel icon, boast content that can be active on YouTube. Now, this is another statement in the terms of agreement that have been adjusted with YouTube. All right, so you actually aspiring to actually grow, and not only grow with subscribers and viewers, but also grow in volume, context, and clarity. Respectability as far as YouTube verification is concerned. Now, it's important. It's important for us to understand all that. Now, so let's move on to other interesting fun facts of that will be used to govern YouTube in 2020. Now, you should pay keen attention to your thumbnails, right? Your video thumbnails should pay keen attention to it, right? I know my thumbnails are lacking in like being like all that zesty, with all that computer graphics. There are programs that you can actually get which actually offers to give you free thumbnail, right? Successful titles are usually more straightforward and clickbaity, or should I say, it looks like a clickbait, right? For example, a title: "Is fish too fatty and unhealthy?" Right? Talks about fish, eating fish. That would be like a title for a video. Now, this help videos to get ranking on YouTube. The higher the rank, is the more your video is actually viewed by individuals. You know, like when somebody come on YouTube and they type in something that they really want, you see like probably on one page. It depends on how you set up. You might see 20 different share on the topic. Now, if your title, your tags, and your thumbnail is structured properly, chances are you actually getting into the first 5 of those videos that comes up for the person searching would be awesome. So therefore, it will result in you getting much more view than the person that is at the bottom at, like, let's say video number 20 or video number 21, to name a few, right? All right. So this help videos to rank higher on Google. Now the thumbnail, usually persons are drawn to the thumbnail, right? Persons view the thumbnail as something that they are going to actually look at while watching the video. So something in the video itself actually is used to make that thumbnail. So you should be careful in designing a thumbnail, because here's the tricky part now. YouTube now, they come out with an adjusted policy, and this adjusted policy, it reads as this: YouTube have decided to crack down on the custom thumbnails, along with more obvious no-nos. Custom thumbnail containing pornographic images and violent images. Now, thumbnails, and I'm still reading from the policy, people, thumbnails cannot mislead viewers into thinking that they're about to view something that's not in the video. So, to put a long story short, YouTube is cutting down on clickbait. So if you used to use clickbait to get your viewers to look at your video, you're going to find that your video is either flagged or they actually take your video down and you'll be in problem. Chances are you might end up lose your channel. Make sure that your creativity and ingenuity don't result in you getting into trouble. It might cost you your channel, it might cost you money also. Now, going forward, I hopefully I finish this presentation in a bit, probably about next 5 minutes. Now, 2020 have been really a rough year for everybody, right? Including creators themselves, right? But to tell you the truth, creators have actually been able to maneuver the challenges, especially with the corona. Although some creators might have problems actually filming because, lockdown in certain sections of the world, but persons are now more engaged in YouTube than, let's say, prior to the advent of the COVID era. So therefore, a lot more persons have now the ability, or should I say, the avenue of having additional income for those persons that are monetized, as a result of more persons actually watching their content. More persons are having now the opportunity of becoming monetized because more persons are watching their content. So therefore, the amount of hours that you actually get on your channel have actually increased. That's true, don't it? All right. Now, it has been really rough. And a lot of changes have actually taken place on YouTube. And a lot of creators like myself find it very difficult to actually continue at times on YouTube, because it's like every time when they think that a policy have actually shifted and that okay, you're gonna be adjusting to this policy, you see new YouTube policies and terms and conditions, adjusted policies and terms and conditions. And as a result of that, it actually towards your plans in actually generating or creating videos that would actually help to drive your channel. Now, YouTube have actually been forced to act based on evolving laws within different states throughout the world, right? And organizations and institutions and even governmental agencies and ministries have actually cited YouTube for the flouting of several laws. As a result, they have actually um amended their terms and conditions. Now, YouTube have actually gone through some of the new changes, and they have actually what I call it now, amended the clauses that they do have that have changed in 2020 to be a little bit more reader friendly. Persons, the simple person can understand it. According to them. But still, to me, myself personally, I believe that more can be done with regards to the policy guidelines as to sensitize individuals with regards to what is expected and what is not. Now, the ear is actually not really clear as far as YouTube as a primary means of persons sharing their videos, right? Adhering to the 2020 guidelines, to an extent is kind of like a reform, yes, but and a lot of persons consider it very tricky. A lot of persons have lost income because of the multiple changes in the terms and the condition of YouTube policy. The content upload to YouTube can easily be demonetized or banned. Your videos are taken down, you get the strikes, your videos are out, your content is out, all of that you post on YouTube, you cannot access it again because you actually get strike and everything is gone down, and that's just it. Now, the best way I see for individuals to stay clear of any legal mumble jumble on YouTube is for you to continuously follow the YouTube community guideline updates. When you see this for you, if you're a YouTube creator, if you are a YouTube creator, right within your studio, you will always see updates, um, video updates, which tells you about any terms and conditions which have actually been updated over the past couple of weeks or days or couple of hours, right? You need to look at them, you need to assess them, and to ensure that by all means you're adhering by the rules and the regulations that they actually set out. Now, presently, there are several persons on YouTube that are, what you call it now, famous, that have valued, what should I say, value. Well, you could say really cool videos, shares, ideas, creativity. Persons are practically considering moving to other platform that can actually facilitate their creativity, right? Without the news that YouTube terms and condition is considered to be having on their creativity and ingenuity as far as share is concerned. Now, of course, persons, of course, persons will actually be seeking a means of remuneration for their shares, and yeah, that's expected. That's expected. Now, I wanted to finish at within 30 minutes. I went on for 34. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so I'm practically finished, right? So, for those persons wondering, what am I talking about? Why is it that I just splurged and I did this stream? It's important because several new policies, several new terms or adjusted terms that is mentioned within the terms of condition by YouTube. It's of value if you intend to continue as a creator. Those persons who, hey Joe, what go on, boss? Doing some research today. Let you out there. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Doing some research today, doing some extensive reading on YouTube terms and policies and conditions. And I realized that a lot of changes have actually occurred during the course of 2020. And even up until December, they are still making changes. And some of these changes become active as of the 1st of January 2021. And I just felt as if that it was more prudent for me as a creator, as someone who shares information, to actually share this with everybody else, right? So one of the primary thing that I thought I was really interested with terms and all that was new terms, adjusted terms, is a fact check. You should not make postings that is not checked fact or fact check or that is valid, right? For example, saying that an election was was rigged, or saying that someone cheated when they have no valid substantive argument for that, all right? Or the whole idea of what you call it, the the thumbnail and the clickbait, right? That one had me because I never knew that a policy like that could actually exist. But it's going to be very hard to police to some extent several of the channels that exist here on YouTube, because trust me, there are couple hundreds of thousands, if not millions, channels existing out there, right? And Joe, to wrap up, I'm not spending an hour. To wrap up, Joe, I realize that the idea of persons actually buying subscriber and buying viewership is more rampant than I thought. I knew it existed. I was approached by an individual. I turned it down, and to see that YouTube have actually taken a stand so as to investigate and to levy punitive sanction against those persons found guilty of accepting and doing this misdeed is something that I think is worth its value. It's good, right? So I leave it there. I leave it there. I just hope that those persons watching this video later on or just listening will find it of great value. This is just a sporadic video, a sporadic share, nothing that is planned. My regular time is 6 to 7 Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Every morning for the month of January only. So I'll share during that space. Tomorrow morning I'll be sharing the opposite of what I shared this morning. This morning I shared in lowering your pH. Yes, yes, boss. Tomorrow tomorrow morning I'll share the opposite of what I did this morning. I talk about the whole idea of lowering the pH. Tomorrow morning I talk about increasing the pH. So it should be interesting. 6 a.m. I hope we can manage this, because trust me, I have to wake up early in the morning. I am not like you, Joe, who wake up from 4 o'clock and start sing. Right? I'm really need to sleep, beauty sleep. But anyway, it's just for the love of the game. I just felt that I need to do some live, and because I'm doing all this live, I will not be doing any lecture series this year. And normally I do about two, but doing 31 live for the month of January, or 30 live for the month of January, really taking a toll on me. Plus I'm doing videos, so that kind of drenched me a little bit. So I'm getting ready for some I'm getting ready for some projects in the summer, in which it should be exciting. Building greenhouses and establishing ponds and all that. It should be there up in the summer, and it's encouraging seeing what I'm seeing from my analytic point of view, and I'm I'm so excited. All right, Joe, thank you for stopping by, brother. Right, and have a wonderful evening, and catch you tomorrow. Ah, boss. Respect.